So, um, it's been an interesting couple of days, to say the least. Like, I don't even know how to describe what is actively happening on the internet right now. It's yeah. So, I figured, in the spirit of making fun of this shit myself, and the spirit of talking about this myself, I figured we'd not only, watch the apology and see what's going on, but not only do that, but also take a second to explain kind of what's going down. I like dove down a rabbit hole these past couple of days trying to figure out exactly what the hell was going on. Cause, there's no way on hell somebody's actually this cringe. Like, there's no way on earth the apology is this bad. Right? You can't possibly be this bad at apologizing. Right? Or at least this bad at owning up to shit, right? So, for those of you guys who want a pretty basic breakdown of what's happened so far, because most people don't really care about drama, is Miranda Sings, right? Colleen Ballinger is how most people refer to her. Or that's her real name, is Colleen, right? She has gotten embroiled in a controversy that really should just be impossible to get into. Like, really, it really should be this impossible to, like, find your way embroiled in these types of controversies, right? Like, give me a second. Let me switch this to the right one. There we go. So, like, realistically speaking, right? Let me pull this up. Okay? We're going to go to her channel here. We're just going to sit on her channel for a second. Realistically speaking, it should be impossible to fuck up, and I mean really fuck up, your own career on the internet, right? It should actually genuinely be impossible. But yet she has managed to not only fuck it up, but really just implode it, right? She has taken it, she has, like, thrown it into a fucking graviton surge, and just absolutely compressed her thing and reduced it to atoms. So basically, she is accused of doing a lot of different things. So, to start off, right, there's this guy, his name is Adam McIntyre. He's a super fan of Colleen's. And what ended up happening was that back in 2016, he actually had the opportunity to meet Colleen in person at an actual performance. And from there, they established, a connection and a friendship. And of course, this wasn't initially where their interactions had begun. So prior to that, Colleen had a live stream where she, like, talked about his, the tweets that he was posting. Because again, Adam's a super fan. He's tweeting shit. He's posting shit online. And of course, he's watching the live stream, because why wouldn't he? Miranda Sings is his favorite content creator at the time. And she's going to very obviously, and he's very obviously going to be present. That's like if PewDiePie were streaming. I was a big PewDiePie fan a few years ago. I would have been right fucking there. So anyways, she's doing like a Forever 21 haul. And she's doing a Forever 21 haul, and she's going through and she's talking shit about the clothes that are in the box. And then she has this bright idea partway through it to go ahead and donate these clothes, right, to various fans, give them out to fans. And so, of course, her best buddy, right, I believe his name is Cody, models on a lingerie set, which is, that's already questionable enough. You're a grown-ass adult modeling lingerie as a content creator for children. What are you doing? No, like, no. What in the hell are you doing? So anyways, right? So, of course, Adam makes commentary on it, you know, calling it ratchet and calling it ugly. You know, he says, you have ugly clothes, among other things, right? He's tweeting stuff, and apparently they eat it up. And so what ends up happening afterwards is Colleen and, not Cody. Is it Cody? Oh my goodness, I can't even remember his name. Like, that's how deep into this rabbit hole I've, like, dove. But basically, I actually have notes on this. Give me a second. Let me actually get my notes on this. Hold up, I think I have it here. I'm just trying to find where the name is. Corey, that's who it is. Corey's his name. I think Cody is the name of another person who's also kind of like unfortunately wrapped up in this whole mess. But basically, right? So Corey would be modeling the lingerie and shit, right? And or he was modeling the lingerie, and he, like, him and Colleen get this like bright ass idea, absolutely genius idea, to fucking give the lingerie away to Adam, right? Now, I don't know if I have to explain this, but even if Adam were not a child, it would not be okay to send your lingerie to him, right? The fact that Adam is a child only makes this worse. And so, of course, right, Adam publishes a video talking about it. Let me pull this up, right? And so he puts together this video talking about the whole thing. Let me see. I'm going to have to, like, go to his channel and dig for a little bit, because he posted this video back in 2020, right? This is actually when this controversy started off. And yet, it only blew up kind of recently because other people have started coming out and corroborating the stories that Colleen had. Let's see. So there's this video here that talks about the controversies as well, right? His relationship with Colleen and all of that stuff. But that's still not even the worst of it, right? Let me see. So here's another one responding. See, there are several response videos that he's done, but I'm taking a look. Let me just find this. Like I said, this is about three years ago is when this whole thing started. And so he publishes a full tell-all video where, like, you know, she sends, where she actually did send him the lingerie, right? Like the panties and all that stuff. And it's like, why? What the hell are you doing? Oh my goodness, I'm going to be, let me look this thing up by its name. I can literally just look it up by the title. There we go, right here. Right, and conveniently, her response video at the time is right here. This is about a 25-minute video. We'll probably start here, and talk about this and, like, talk about the responses to everything, and then we'll go into her her response video and just how absolutely fucking twisted this is. Like, just how absolutely terrible this response is, because, like, genuinely, she should not have been allowed to get away with this. So we'll go ahead. We'll let this, of course, start off. I just want to put it out here, right? At this point in time, and he'll get into this as well later on in the video, he's 13. He is 13 years old. And I know what some of you may be thinking, well, he's immature, he's a child, blah, 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 blah. But, like, yes, he's a child. We're all immature at that age. Like, bro, come on. But we'll give him some more time, of course, to talk about this. But, like, seriously, though, he is a child, right? Like, it's obvious that he's going to, you know, talk about this from the perspective of him being a child, because he was a child, right? These are the experiences he had growing up, and in dealing with this controversy. And frankly, it's disgusting. All right, let me go ahead and keep playing this. Let me not delay it anymore. Okay, so, right, Colleen at this point has him as as an eavesdropper, right? She's literally throwing him in the line of fire, having him eavesdrop on this shit. Like, what? No, he's a kid. Hire a social media manager for that, man. Like, come on. Oh my God. No, but genuinely. Right, and there's a point that I'm gonna make about this in a second. He's gonna go more into detail about his like business relationship with Colleen, and then there's a point I'd like to make about this, and then we'll of course let this continue. So this, if you guys don't know, is actually textbook manipulation, right? This is actually like textbook manipulation tactics. One of the most common things that someone who is actively trying to manipulate somebody will do is proceed by doing things that the person that they want to manipulate would enjoy, right? It's giving an inch to take a mile, right? So Colleen here is doing what is essentially a small gesture on her behalf, right? You know, subscribing to his channel, you know, sharing his videos, all of that kind of stuff. And in exchange, what is she getting? She's getting inside scoops. She's finding out what shit people are talking about here. It's frankly disgusting because he says it himself. He's 14 years old, right? And I know some of y'all are going to be like, oh, well, I was 14 and I would have never done anything. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you would have. If your favorite celebrity walked up to you and said, hey, go do this for me, you probably would have. At the ripe young age of 14, abso-fucking-lutely. Ain't no way in hell you wouldn't have. So it's even like he even makes the point that she didn't even hold up her end of the bargain, right? You promised to be flown out to things like VidCon and stuff like that, and she didn't even do it. She extorted him for this information in a sense, right? To go out and get this information, and she didn't do anything with it. She actually genuinely did not do a single thing with it, right? She took it, she used it for her own nefarious purposes and then didn't hold up her end of the bargain, right? It's fucked up enough that you have this kid working as a mole on your behalf and taking a bunch of targeted harassment. It makes it even worse when you don't even have the gall or the decency to hold up your end of the bargain. A child, Adam. You were a child. See, he's already exhibiting a level of maturity that's greater than the responses we're going to get from Colleen. And I'm going to pause this less and less as we go on. But like there's a really high level of maturity coming from here, and this is partly because he's kind of like traumatized in a sense. Those of you guys who've dealt with trauma from adults, right, as a younger person, you kind of age faster, which means that your responses are much more mature than they would be for somebody else in that same age range, which is kind of like characteristic and indicative of the fact that like the shit that happened with Colleen did damage. It did damage. Right? Give me a second. Let me Oh my god. I'm like, only some music now. Wonderful. Oh boy. I've been just talking to myself like a goddamn maniac this entire time. I'm sitting here like, as if words were coming out of my mouth. What in the hell? What in the hell? Like, this is ridiculous. But no, like, this nonsense. I don't know how much of this how much of this you were watching. What am I doing? Spending a couple of minutes. I needed to just take a second real quick and just react to this nonsense, because this is like one of the craziest things I've seen. And then I'm gonna pop in and we'll watch our episode. But I just needed to get this reaction live, because I hadn't actually sat down and watched. Like, I'd heard a lot of what had happened, but I hadn't gotten a chance to see like all the various little intermoving parts of this. But basically, I don't know how much of this you know, but Colleen, right? Colleen Ballinger, Miranda Sings, she was a really big YouTuber, especially here in the United States a couple of years ago. She was pretty much caught in an entire scandal involving like inappropriate. How long were you miming before I was here? Probably about 25 minutes. I was probably miming for about 25 minutes, because I could have sworn I unmuted everything, but I guess I hadn't. Awkward. Awkward to say the least. But yeah, I wanted to get this out of my system, because this is like some of the, yeah, I mean, it's whatever though. I'll probably start this from the, I'll start this from the beginning, so that more people actually have time to like listen to what's going on. Just saw you in my feed. Also, I have no clue about the subject, just saw you in my feed. So, great. Allow me to fill you in. So this kid, this is Adam McIntyre, right? This is a super fan for a YouTuber who goes by the name of Miranda Sings, right? Colleen Ballinger. I needed to just take a second and break this down real quick. I don't know how much of her you've seen, but this lady right here, this is who who we are controversing about. This is the person embroiled in controversy, because she has done some pretty inappropriate things with minors, right? Her behavior with Adam specifically, I'll jump back.
Hi everyone, before this video begins, I just want to tell you,
basically what she did was, there's a lot of things, so manipulating, gaslighting minors and all of that stuff, but she also had like group chats where she would talk about things in like a sexual manner. She had literal kids in her group chat, and she was like asking them what their favorite like fucking sex positions are, and like asking them for like ass pics and stuff, right? Like, that's not, I mentioned this earlier, and of course I was just pantomiming to myself because I was just muted like a dumbass. But like, basically, right, if you're like a minor, right, like nobody should be talking to you like that. But anyways, I'll jump on ahead to the further on in the video where I was, and I'll probably just pick up where this left off, and I'm gonna go live again later once we, because I know I gotta watch at least another episode or two of that show. I didn't know anything, but sounds like most YouTubers. Yeah, actually, no, it's bad, right? It's literally it is literally like really bad.
it's weird.
Let me know if you can hear it now.
I don't really know the words to say because I just feel awkward whenever it comes down to talking about it. That's why I don't talk about it. That's why nobody knows about anything, because I felt awkward. I felt like I made a mistake maybe. So since 2017, Colleen had been coming to me for video ideas, tweet ideas, Instagram ideas, anything for the Miranda Sings character, but also some for herself too. It was mainly focusing on helping her in the Miranda account from 2017 on, but there was a little part of helping her own channel out with ideas as well in 2017 to 2018. So I just helped give ideas. she was aware that the Miranda character had passed its time and that she didn't really enjoy doing it anymore because she couldn't really be problematic as the character anymore. So in December of 2017, I proper started giving tweets for the Miranda account. This included tweets on iCarly, Brazil, and a number of other things. I'm pretty sure she was in Hawaii at this stage. Yeah, she was. And whenever we talked about how Miranda wasn't really doing well anymore, she messaged me and then said, well, help me. And that's then whenever I started giving the tweet ideas. So on the 25th of March of this year, I started giving more ideas again because COLLEEN was aware that the Miranda character was becoming very stale and inactive on social media. And on the 26th of March again, she started tweeting my ideas, which included Animal Crossing stuff. So on the 25th and 26th, I presented her with about 15 different tweet ideas. So then came a tweet about Miranda Sings coming out as a Meghan Trainor fan, which she was initially confused about, and she says, I don't know what you're saying about Meghan. So then I explained it again, and COLLEEN was fully gonna go ahead posting it herself, as you can see here. So I helped give her the photos and the concept, and she said, when should I do that? Should I do that today or tomorrow before I post the video? And I said, what are you waiting for, today? And she says, okay, cool. Showing that she had every single intention to post this tweet on her own behalf. And then on the 26th of March at 12 minutes past 10 p.m, she messaged me and said, I have a present for you today. I've never done this with anyone, but I'm trusting you. And then she proceeded to tell me about how she was planning on making me her social media intern. Right now, I'm considering you my social media intern, but if things go well, we can talk about me hiring you part-time for an hourly rate. I don't like using your creativity and insight for free, so just know I'm not planning on taking advantage of your help. I'm planning on making it more official if it works out that way. How does that sound, Queen?
Dude. Okay. So while that comment makes kind of sense, it's worth noting, and we're a couple of minutes into this, and that's why this doesn't all make sense, but COLLEEN facilitated this relationship, right? So COLLEEN is all the text on the left, and then Adam is all the text on the right, right? So Adam is like 13, 14, 15 at this point in time, right? He's a kid, right? And he wants to impress his favorite celebrity who has slid into his DMs, which I don't know how to tell you this, but if you're 30 years old, you should not be sliding into the DMs of a 13, 14, 15-year-old. Like, it doesn't matter. Adam is a super fan, right? Or was a super fan of Miranda Sings, COLLEEN, right? And so, of course, like any person, if your favorite celebrity comes up to you and asks you to do something, of course, what are you going to do? You're going to gush over it, and you're going to respond, you're going to be excited, and you're going to pretty much do whatever they ask. And COLLEEN is basically taking advantage of this. So this is the point. So right here, there's a point that I want to make, right? If Adam were a United States citizen and was doing this work in the United States, COLLEEN would have violated labor laws, right? She didn't, because Adam was in Ireland, right? Adam is in Ireland. But and of course, I'm not a lawyer, right? I didn't go to law school, but I'm very, very, very familiar with labor laws. I work in retail. They break that shit all the time. But like this right here, I'm considering you my social media intern, but if things go well, we can talk about hiring you part-time for an hourly rate. So federal labor laws define there are 6 criteria that have to be met before you legally can consider somebody an unpaid intern, right? And COLLEEN is breaking a very serious part of this, being the fact that her position, or Adam's position, right, as her social media intern, cannot replace the position of someone who would otherwise be doing this job for pay. Right? So Adam can't be the social media intern if there isn't a social media manager, because there needs to be another employee that he's shadowing, right? COLLEEN is doing this work herself, and And in lieu of doing it herself, she's hiring an intern instead of somebody that she's paying, with the promise of potentially paying him later. That's a violation of labor laws. Adam would have been, if Adam lived in the US, I want to make that clear, if Adam lived in the US, Colleen would have had to pay him, right? Like, this work would have been paid work that he had to do. But because he lives in Ireland, she gets to get away with it. Let me just proceed.
So then I got into the account and she basically just sent me a message saying go crazy. So what I had to do was tweet, respond to fans, talk to fans, basically just get hype about Miranda again. So I spent my entire day and night talking to fans on the Miranda Sings account in group chats. I had long conversations just talking to people on there, talking to fans, tweeting them, and just going through the list of tweets that I had sent her, thinking what will I tweet next. And then on the 27th of March at 1 in the morning, she sent me a message, just a ha 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 ha, and wait, you're all good, I see you've been tweeting. So this was after I said I was having problems getting into the account because of the email. So she had already seen all the tweets that had happened because she saw them on her timeline. So then she sent a message that says, "Aw, OMG, they would be so sad if they knew it wasn't me though. Thank you for doing this. I'm so grateful, but I'm nervous they will know it's not me responding to them. That would backfire terribly. They'd be so mad, I'm stressed. But I'm happy they're all living for it. Do you feel like a secret agent spy? Like talking to them and shit. Is 11-year-old Adam living tweeting for Miranda right now?" So Colleen was living for the account and she was happy with what I was doing and she didn't hide that. And it was nice to see that she was really grateful with what I was doing with the account. So after a while of the tweets being up, Colleen just sent another message saying thanks for doing this. And then, sorry, I have to go back to my notes here. She sent me a screenshot from someone on Twitter and she said, "Uh-oh, am I gonna get in trouble? Be careful."
Look at this, right? I'm gonna, Adam kind of goes through the screenshot a little faster. He's gonna read it himself, but like, immediately, right? Again, Colleen is the content creator, right? She is, at the end of the day, ultimately responsible for any and all content that is posted on her account, right? So if if even with her green light or even with somebody else managing the account, if they post something that's controversial and people don't like, it's still her fault. It's still your fault, Colleen. It's still your fault. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, right? And he's gonna go into this here. It's like
I don't want to be in a scandal and have to apologize. Please, please, please be careful. People are very sensitive these days. This is one of the main reasons it's hard to do Miranda now. People have a hard time understanding satire and jokes, especially with sensitive subjects. I'm so glad everything is doing well, even though you have the password. I need to approve everything before you post it just to avoid problems. It might slow down the process, but we gotta be careful. Now keep in mind, with proof here, she had seen everything that I was going to tweet and had tweeted on the account. So then I was like super confused and she sent me a message that says, "I'm not mad at all, I'm just paranoid because everyone always gets mad at me and I always have to apologize." And then please pay attention to this part because this is just what confuses me. She says, "And OMG, I love everything you did today. It was magical to see everyone happy and excited to see Miranda come back to life." Then I said about how...
Look, right, so yes, this is a parasocial relationship, but it's really parasitic. How she just, this is another manipulation tactic. It's called Honey and the Hatchet, right? You've probably all experienced it before, where somebody who's trying to manipulate you will compliment you, will criticize you really harshly on one thing, but then shower you with praise, to try and trivialize the amount of criticism, or trivialize how bad that criticism was. And so this is a recurring thing, right? You see here, showering with praise, right here as well. You know, yay, queen of promo.
How the followers and view count on the profile were up, and she said, "Yay, queen of promo." And then I said about how I promoted her appearance on a show she was doing, and she said she is truly iconic, talking about me and my work on the account. Then we were having a conversation where she was talking about Miranda the character and the fall of the character and the fall of her public image after the divorce and her own feelings on that, but that's personal and unrelated, so I don't see any point of including that right here. So later in the night, she sent me a message and said, okay, I deleted the gay tweets, sorry, I'm too weak, I can't have people thinking I would make fun of the LGBTQ community. Don't hate me, but I was getting too many hate tweets. And she says about how it was her fans that made her delete the tweet. And so I just wrote back, I said, that's chill, okay, no problem, sorry about that. And she said, not your fault, you're so funny. I'm just too sensitive, it will take a while for me to get thick skin again, so be patient with me. And then
again, deflecting the problem. She endorsed the edgy humor and then got mad when people got tired of the edgy humor and is in a sense deflecting, not even in a sense, literally deflecting this onto Adam so that Adam apologizes and so that Adam takes the responsibility for it.
I said, it's all G, just trying to work with you to make sure you can reach your full potential. And she says, I know. And then I say about the rise of interactions that the Twitter had. And she says, I love you. Thank you for everything, for always believing and helping me. So even though she was saying this, she was slowly starting to put the blame and guilt onto me for stuff that she had already approved and was going to tweet on her own, whether she had given me the password or not. Now keep in mind, she texted me and said, go crazy in relation to on the account, yet I only tweeted stuff that she had approved, including talking to fans and keeping updated in group chats. And at 8:51 on the 27th of March, she sent a message saying, don't forget, don't post anything without my approval for now. Now taking back what she had initially said because she saw the fault that she had shown. The next morning and day were really rough for me. I just want to say thanks to my friends and my parents and my family because that was a rough day. It was such a bad day. I saw someone I called a best friend turn her back on me and that really hurts. So at 6:05 p.m. on the 27th of March, she sent me a message saying, I'm getting an overwhelming amount of hate for the coming out stuff. I don't know what to do. It's like every other tweet I'm getting right now on my COLLEEN Twitter. I haven't even looked at the Miranda, yet I'm scared to. So 10 minutes later, it turned into her saying how she apologized to one person. And she said, the thing is, I agree with them. Queerbaiting is not a joke. I'm super sad I've upset so many people. I'm telling you, girl, I'm super sensitive, like near tears.
Trying to make him feel bad for the tweets that she okayed and she would have posted herself, right? Again, Adam is a minor, right? You put a minor with the type of humor that younger people have in charge of your social media account and you're wondering why not everything is working. I wonder why. And this is no shade on Adam, right? Like, I can't fault him for any of this, right? He was a kid getting roped into this by, like, at this point, 32, 33-year-old woman. Like, the fuck?
Again, trying to guilt me and make me feel really bad for something that she had already approved and found.
Not to blame the kid, but this is why I think parental supervision is super important for internet usage in kids. That's a good point. But his parents were involved, right? His parents carefully monitored every interaction because prior to this, no kid should be doing it. Exactly. This is not a child's job, right? No kid should be in the position that he was put into, right? And yet here we are, right? Here we are with this, and a kid is in this position, right? And so what ends up happening afterwards, right? Like what ends up happening, right? And we skipped past this point because I'd already talked about it, but COLLEEN sent Adam panties and lingerie, and he was 13, right? Joked about sending lingerie, actually sent lingerie, talked about lingerie in front of his parents. His parents were so concerned that any physical interaction that Adam had with COLLEEN, they were present for because they were genuinely worried that she was going to do something dark and twisted. Exactly. Like, what the fuck indeed, right? It's disgusting, right? And of course, he's 13. How much better is he going to know? It's his favorite celebrity. What else is she supposed to do? Or what else is he supposed to do? His favorite celebrity has slid into his DMs, is sending him gifts, is promising to take him to VidCon, is subbing to his YouTube channel, is doing all of these things in exchange for pretty much having Adam wrapped around her finger. It's manipulation. It's abuse, right? And it's just like all around a fucked up situation. I like brought it up earlier that like technically, even though Colleen sent lingerie to a minor, she technically didn't violate any like child sexual abuse laws, right? Technically, right? If you put this in front of a judge would probably convict anyways. But like this is a really fucked up situation for him to be in at the ripe young age of 13. And at the time of this whole social media thing, he was like 16 going on 17, right? So like literally just getting manipulated and abused here. Let me go ahead and let this continue.
And funny. And she didn't see any problems with it. I'm going to be really honest for a second. I spent that entire day just crying in bed and texting my friends, and my mom and dad were just comforting me the entire day. I was a mess that day. I was completely radio silent on everything. Ask any of my friends from that day. It was such a horrible day. Like, it was so awful. I didn't even get a message from Colleen asking how I was. It was just guilt tripping me that I had done all this to her, almost as if I had planned it or something. So she continued to talk about it. She said, "It's all anyone is talking about. I'm really upset. I would never post something like that, and now everyone thinks I'm homophobic. I'm really upset." So right now she's seemingly taken back all opinions of me, of my tweet ideas, of my input on the account, for her saying thank you for everything you did. It was magical. I'm so happy. The fans, now it's, I would never tweet stuff like that. My fans think I'm homophobic. I can't believe this. And instead of checking in how I was as well, I was just getting short, snappy sentences to guilt me even more. At this stage, I had enough, and my parents had enough, and I sent the following message. "I've logged out and this situation will die down. People know you. They were extremely excited last night. Mob mentality will make them think they have to believe a certain way. I hope you've seen the interaction last night got, and that there's so much more possibility for the character. The fans were just waiting for you to give them that moment. The series on YouTube has all positive comments and feedback. Twitter drama stays on Twitter. I love you so much and this will pass." I got left unread and I was ignored from this point on.
This is, again, yet another manipulation tactic, right? If you, as the person who is being manipulated, do not give the manipulator the response that they're looking for, they will ghost you, they will gaslight you, they will ignore you, they will go through all of the standard abuse tactics to make you regret what you did. And it's only going to get worse from here, right? Like what he talks about next only gets worse.
Also to add that even though she found all the tweets funny and she loved everything I did with the account, she deleted all my tweets after I logged out of the account. So, yeah. So 3 or 4 weeks passed and I heard nothing. Nothing. On vlogs for days after, she milked how sad she was, crying but never saying what it was, which again was just another big F you to me. And I'd also been aware that Corey DeSoto, her best friend, had been shit-talking me in fan DMs during this time. He blocked me on Twitter and I called him out for it. Then recently I was showed DMs of what Corey had been saying about me in these group chats and what he had been saying that Colleen had said about me in these group chats. So there's a Twitter account, there's no need saying the at because it's just free promo, but it was basically just sending hate and targeting and harassing Colleen Ballinger fans. And the DM from Corey read, "Colleen thinks," and then the at is Adam. In this group chat with a bunch of other people. Now I got sent this DM. Thank you for everyone looking out for me, by the way, and sending me this stuff. And I also got sent...
Literally organizing targeted harassment campaigns against a minor. I'm sorry, what? What? Like, okay, look, I'm of the opinion that, like, hate mobbing in some situations is okay. You know, when somebody does something really fucked up, you should dogpile on them for doing that fucked up thing. But this is a guy who very maturely said, you know what? You're not satisfied with the responses I have given on your Twitter account. I am going to distance myself. I'm going to let you handle it. It's clear that the actions that I have taken do not please you. And what does he get? He gets gaslit, he gets ignored, and he gets a targeted harassment campaign against him. In what world is this sane behavior? In what world is this acceptable behavior?
So much more on what had been said about me in these group chats from people I thought was friends, between Corey, Colleen, anyone. I have everything sent to me. People were always looking out for me, and I just... Whenever you're going through shit with something like this, whenever people are still looking out for you, it really means the world. So, you know who you are. So that Twitter account was basically just trolling and attacking Colleen fans, and I was hurt that it was believed that I had done this or even taken part in this. I didn't even know what the account was. First, that Colleen believed that I was behind the account or even a part of it, not even just owning it. And secondly, that Corey felt brave enough to run off and talk about it in DMs. So obviously Colleen had been running her mouth about me since my last DM. Keep in mind, I was crying most days after this because I was so upset that I wasn't hearing anything from her. Now I know that, oh, that's where the time went. I was obviously being talked about in these group chats and information was being fed in. So I sent Colleen this message, and this was my goodbye message to Colleen. And that's hard whenever your room is filled with merchandise for her, with pictures from the concert, with friends you've met from her, pictures of you and them, and all them memories. Been told by multiple people about how you and Corey have been running around saying I run a hate account for people who support you, which is extremely disappointing that your mind even goes to that place. I'm aware, and so are my parents, and have screenshots of everything from the past few weeks that Corey has said about me and in relation to you about me in these group chats, and also everything else. But I'd never thought you would stoop that low, especially due to the 17-year age gap. Talk to me in 16 years if a 33-year-old takes advantage of Flynn for years, then runs shit talking him on Twitter. You want to play that game? Why do you even bother following me?
So, Flynn is Colleen's now, I believe, one or 2 year old son, right? And so Colleen responds to this in her video and actually focuses on the fact that Adam name dropped her son one time to try and discredit the entire argument that he's making here. But the point he's trying to make is that if you were in the same situation that Adam and his family were in, except it was you and your son who were in that situation, you would be very skeeved out about the kinds of behavior that Colleen is exhibiting. But instead, Colleen will take this and twist it and manipulate it into being something way worse than it actually is. And of course, I'm gonna edit together an actual full video breaking this down, because this is fucking ridiculous. Genuinely, this is some of the most ridiculous shit I have seen.
Do you know how hard that message was to send? To someone that I idolized, to someone I loved. So from Corey sending these messages from then until now, only things I'm seeing on Twitter is filling in the gaps of story of what people don't know. Adam did this, Adam must have done this to Corey, Adam must have done that to Colleen. Oh, Adam obviously ruined his relationship with Colleen by doing this. Oh, Adam obviously ruined his relationship with Corey by doing this. Is he still friendly with the Ballinger? This is all that I've been seeing on Twitter, and that fucking hurts. I was really trying not to swear in this video, but that really hurts. So I had to make this video because people are now slowly finding out that Colleen handed over control of the account to me, and before any other lies about the situation start getting thrown out, I had to put my side across because I'm fed up. And you know, I've been vlogging every single day and I'm so excited about that. I've been doing daily videos, but I have to take a break. I have to stand back now because it's just gotten a little bit too much. And I can't believe I have to say that and it's even gotten to this. So I'm really sorry to the people who I'm disappointed by saying that, but just know that this has been going on in the background for so long, but it's gotten so bad within the past 3 weeks, and I've been trying to vlog every single day and be happy and make videos that are making people smile, because people are messaging me saying that my videos are making them happy during this time and giving them a distraction. It's hard to do that whenever so much is going on in the background. So I hope I haven't disappointed that many people, but I just had to say what has been ticking in my head for the past 3-4 weeks. So I don't know if people even watch this, if people watch the end. I genuinely don't know. I don't know the response. That I don't know anything. I'm making this for me and for people to stop filling in the gaps about what I've done, and acting like they know what I've done. I'm hurt and I need to take a break, and that's what I'm gonna do. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. To the people who are still gonna stick around after this, I love you. Thank you, and I'll see you whenever. So, peace.
Yeah, in no way should he have even had to make this apology, right? There, like, or in any normal scenario, right? If any other normal person took the time to edit or to have this kind of relationship with somebody, this kind of parasocial relationship where they're like using them, you would think that the best thing to do would be to hush up and, like, I don't know, behave yourself around a minor. But no, God forbid we do that. No. We have to gaslight, we have to manipulate, we have to send targeted harassment campaigns out against this guy. And of course, Colleen responds, but I'll save the response for another stream. I wanted to get that first video out there and just, like, give you guys, like, my raw thoughts on this, because this is ridiculous. I will put together a longer video talking about this. I'll throw together a little video essay talking about this, but this is fucking ridiculous. In no world should a minor have to take a second and experience the kinds of things that he has had to experience. And I hope that no one else ever has to be put in the same situation that Adam does. I feel nothing but bad for him in this entire thing. Like, actually, I feel nothing but bad for him. But yeah, that is it for now. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching, and like I said, I'll be back on streaming later tonight. But I don't know if it'll be more of this or if it will be me talking about or if it'll be me, like, playing League of Legends or something like that. We'll decide. We'll figure it out. But yeah, again, I do want to, of course, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna update my stream titles and all of that stuff for whatever the later stream is going to be. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.